you can consider this a corn unshucking video, but I'm doing a land race this year. I didn't know that was what it was called when I started, but I finally found the words for it. I planted about 24 different kinds of corn, and at some point I'll get video of the garden itself, but it is night right now, and yeah, that's not going to happen. I did pick out a couple earlier before I did this, and anyway, I just want to show them off. So this little guy was jade blue, sweet corn. Hold on, can I get the camera to focus? It's starting to dry out quite a bit. It's been off a few days. I'm not sure which one this is. I think it was either Trucker's Favorite or something similar to that. I've been calling it BWC because it's a big white cob. And it's starting to dry out too. It is a dent. I do know that. Before I unshuck this one, I do want to show it off. This is a tassel ear. This one came off of a sucker plant, and so it's got this weird look to it because it's half tassel, half cob, or ear, and it's even got some kernels on the tassel. This happens generally when a ear is, or when a plant is a sucker, that's what they call it. It means it grew in the same place another one did, as this one did. But I tell you, maybe a sucker, but it did pretty well. Let me remove some of these silks and show you. Oh, we got a little buddy here. Hey there, little bug. Put you on the floor. Isn't this something? Look, they even got the tassels even filled out a little bit. That's insane. That's really crazy. I thought it was going to be a queen ear, and it maybe almost was. But I've got a corn worm in here. So I'm glad I picked it up when I did. Not surprised that it had a corn worm in it. This was pretty exposed to the elements. Probably won't be eating this one, but at least not off the cob. Almost does look like a queen ear from a certain point of view. Maybe they are the same thing. Who knows? Anyway, that's pretty cool. Gosh, this is gonna take a while to dry, I guess. It's very wet. It's been holding on to water real good. Let's see. We got a little bitty one here. No, it's not. That's the tassels. I'm gonna put this over here so I can feed them to the chickens. I'm sure the chickens will love it. Here's corn cob number 2. Some of these have got some aphid damage on them. That's not surprising. They do got a lot of ladybugs out there, but the oh boy, those fire ants, they sure love them some ladybug, some aphids, and they do not like those ladybugs. Oh, nice. I was hoping I'd get one of these. Take that corn worm off of it. It didn't fill out very good. It's kind of a shame. This is one of the ones I was really looking forward to. It's called bear paw. It's a kind of popcorn, and it looks like a bear paw. I think it looks more like a pig's hoof. It's got this weird shape at the end. But I've got some kernels, so, you know, hopefully we'll get some more. If not, I can always plant more bear paw if I want to get that. Alright, I got a big one coming up. I picked it mostly because the tip's already exposed, which means pests were going to get to it. I didn't use any insecticide, but I'm not like one of those organic guys, so I absolutely used fertilizer. Well, I'm growing it on the top of a hill. Of course I used fertilizer. I didn't... Come at me, bro. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Almost done. All right. I'm going to sweep these up. This is beautiful. Probably just going to take the top off of it because it looks like the corn worms already got to it. Probably because it was exposed. Not surprised there. Usually those kernels are not going to make it anyway. Wow. This is big. Jeez Louise. Look at this. I'm going to just take that top off and let the chickens have it. It's no big deal. I'm not losing much. Man. Uh-oh, just popped a kernel. That's okay. Man, this looks really tasty. God. I wish I had... hopefully by the time I've been doing this for a while, I'll have plenty to eat and grow. Alright, here's a little one. I don't think there's going to be anything in this. Write your opinion in the comments if you think there's going to be anything in this. I don't think this filled out. But I've been wrong. And I was wrong this time. Yeah. This is another blue jade sweet corn. This is what it looks like fresh if you're curious. It didn't fill out as good as the last one, but it filled out alright, considering. I think that they're supposed to be bigger, but mine are very small, so I'm not too worried about it. I can probably... Whoop. Alright. Everything settled down. Put the husks in a pile. I really probably should have a better recording room than my restroom, but hey, as long as I don't fart in this video and ruin it, I'll be okay. I do got my pants on, if you were worried. Alright, I don't know which one we're on. Now, I leave the corn stalks up even though they're, probably done producing ears, because they will still make pollen whenever they get dry. And I've still got a bunch more that are coming up. Probably be a month and a half before they're all done. And then I'll till it under, well, most of it. I still got some squash and some cucumbers, and we'll grow some brassica and do a land race with that, which I'll make videos about too. I've got some carrots in a tub. Our soil is very clay-like and not very good for much. So I had to put those in a tub, but I will probably try some of them doing the during the winter crops. I just need them to produce. I don't have to. I can get them just fine. Yep, that same rust on the top of it that I saw on that other cob. This might be a species that is, or a cultivar that's particularly susceptible to it. Now, I'm not doing any selecting this year, but next year I will be selecting against stuff like that. The other thing I'm going to select most for is getting blown over by the wind, because that's kind of an issue. Alright. Alright, down to top 4. I didn't notice any cornworms in that one, but I'm going to guess there probably were. The chickens will love it, though, if I leave them some. Here's the next one. The current smallest one, so they don't get smaller than this one, except for that one I get in the bear paw. God, I really hope that bear paw is fertile. I didn't actually have any seed for it this year. I had it from like years before, and I thought it was going to do okay, and I mean, it made something, but I thought it would do better. Huh. So I think this orange stuff might be bug poop. I don't know. Because look, there's a lot of that in there. If you're better at this than I am, you can let me know. And I'll just assume you're correct. Oh. Bad news. Doesn't look like bugs got to it. It just doesn't look like it did anything. Which is weird. I hand pollinated a lot of these, so I'll just assume I got them all. But, yeah. And I broke it in half. That's fine. It could be popcorn, though, so we'll see. I'll let it dry. Maybe it filled out all the way. Who knows? If you're curious, what I've learned is that the base of the corn fertilizes first, and the top last, so usually you get a lot of incomplete fertilization towards the top. Now, some of these cobs had sisters that looked like they were still growing, so I left them on, even though their tassels were all dried up. I've got some that have had tassels out for a while, and they still haven't dried up. Which I'm hoping is good. They're pretty big, so, you know, I want to assume something happened, at least with some of them. So if you're not familiar with the concept of a land race, the idea is that you grow a bunch of crops all at once and let their genetics mingle, and the successful ones are the ones you select for the next year, and so on, until you come up with a cultivar. And there's still a lot of genetic variation usually, but alright, hold on. This one was not as successful. Let's take a look. Not a lot of filling out, except on that one row. Even then, that's okay though. I mean, it's kind of self-selecting, since I said that I wasn't selecting for anything this year, but, you know, not producing seed is kind of a self-selection. I mean, I can't grow something if they don't grow. Alright, I'll do the next biggest one. Oh, you got a cornworm on you. Trying to get into it. I got this one just in time. Look at that. It's very pretty. Oh, yeah. It was a very big, wide one, too, so I'm excited, though. It might just be a lot of shuck. The grass that's around the cob. That thing. Sorry, I got lost in thought for a second. We got some of that red stuff on this one, too. Like, you know what that is, let me know. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Not that. Not sure what kind this is. It's another yellow kind, that's for sure. I don't necessarily care for the yellow color, but the ones that are not yellow haven't. Oh, yeah. It's got something to do with those cornworms. It's alright. But, hold on. Aside from the cornworms, I'm going to show you something. Look at that tiny blue tinge to some of the kernels. You might not even be able to see it. It's really interesting. Kind of curious what this is. You think I would know? I planted everything in there, but I planted them at different times and stuff. So, you know, it didn't all come at the same time. Yeah, more cornworms on these things, I swear. Alright. Here's a big one. I'm hoping for something that's not yellow or white. Honestly, that's probably a lot to ask for, but, you know. I kind of like how it's unboxing, like an unboxing or opening a booster pack, which I've done that before, which is kind of silly. I don't know. It's kind of fun, you know, especially if you get something good. I was like, oh, wow, damn. Look at that luck. Although, you'll be very surprised to know that this is all going to probably be corn. And if you are surprised by that, then I don't know what to tell you. Oh, there is a little thing in my garden. I put out like a handful of these, and only one of them actually took. It's called Job's Tears. They're what Catholics traditionally used to make rosaries out of. At least, I don't know how far that tradition goes back. It's a relative of corn, I noticed, because it has silks on it. I tried to get some teosinte, but I haven't seen any of that come up. Dad might have thought it was a weed and killed it, which is, it happens. Next year I will hopefully have them all done at the same time. That way they'll all come in at the same time, and I can get started on other crops pretty soon after. After they're all done and dried, I want to boil the stalks and the rest of the stuff, and hopefully I can grow some mushrooms off of it. Pretty sure you can do that. So, you know, you can just use wood, but like, it's probably easier. Yeah, got some cornworms in this one, I can tell already. And it's white. This one's actually pretty interesting. It's got some very distinctive double rows. Corn always comes in 2 rows, generally speaking. Well, this cornworm got a little bit further. Wow, he's been here a while. Look at that. I'll show you in a second. How far down he got. That's alright. Must have spent a lot of time inside the cob. That's okay. We'll have a few few years to select for pest control, so I'm not too worried about it. I'll just use scissors. Give the chickens a little bit of corn. I'm sure they'll like that too. I know this is probably all dent almost, except for the one sweet cob, but in the popcorn cob, but the chickens will love it. Alright. Well, thanks for stopping in. Here's the pile of mess. And my clothes in the corner. Have a good one.